Yeah, man. So, like I was saying before, man, you know, like I said, PS, man, you know, one thing I was talking about on that Chris Lane shit, man, was, yo, based on my experiences with Australian people, you know what I mean, I said I wouldn't have been surprised if the dude had said something to them that aggravated them. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether my assertions were far-fetched to believe or not, and then, you know, in addition, you know, with my candor, you know, I try to get, you know, I don't try on purpose, but sometimes, you know, I do get a little vulgar. You know what I mean? But those things are warned about before you even watch the tape. So, you know, whatever, watch the video, you know, anything you know, before you watch the video, you get warned about that kind of shit. Alright? So, be that as it may, it still falls under freedom of speech. But see, the thing is, though, freedom of speech is not applicable if you are talking about white people. Alright? Now, what I said in the video also, the fucking Australians wiped out the Aboriginal people. Alright? That's a fucking fact. Alright? Now, reminding them of that, oh, I guess that must be hate speech. In Tasmania, they wiped out every single goddamn black person. Every Aboriginal down there. There ain't one left. I mean, Native Americans in America, man, at least, man, you know, every once in a while, you might bump into like one or two of them, man, off a reservation if you ever find yourself in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or somewhere out there, man, way out west, Arizona and shit. You might bump into like one of them every while and a once. You know what I'm saying? At least. But when you bump into an Aboriginal that live in Tasmania, the ones that look black, hell no. You know what I'm saying? They're gone, son. Ain't no bringing them back. The Tasmanian tiger too, like I said in that video, ain't no bringing them back. Now, is that hate speech or is that a motherfucking fact? That is a motherfucking goddamn fact. That ain't no goddamn hate speech. But if you tell white people that shit, no, they'll tell me, what about the Africans in Rwanda? Motherfucker, we ain't talking about no Africans in Rwanda. We ain't talking about Africans selling slaves. We talking about Australian history, and we talking about Native American history. Y'all motherfuckers in America do the same motherfucking shit. You know what I mean? You talk about American history, and then next thing you know, y'all bring up some damn, oh, Africans sold slaves, Africans sold slaves. Like as if Africans was the one who like made up some kind of goddamn law that you 3/5 of a motherfucking human. If an African that came over here at the same time, he would almost been considered the same thing. Now, a lot of y'all motherfuckers want to get into that intricate shit, oh, but there was Moors, and if the Moors came over here, then they would have been, you know, not considered slaves and shit. Alright, all well and good, all fine and dandy, alright? But don't even think to try to deflect the issue of the fact that motherfuckers got lynched by the KKK and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? And the Africans had to do anything with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm claiming any fucking, you know, alliance with any Africans or nothing like that. I'm just telling the fucking facts, okay? See, that's why another thing in Japan, man, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers in Japan don't want you teaching that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, like when brothers come to Japan and shit, they try to like not get you to come over here. And then like if you say, for example, if you get a teaching job or something like that, like I once had, you know what I mean? I don't do that shit no more because, you know what I mean, that shit is so damn subjective. You know what I mean? But if you was in that situation where a fucking Japanese person asks you about, oh well, what's up with Thanksgiving and shit, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know all black people, because, you know, a lot of black people is cream corn-headed and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So they be like, well, that's when we get together and we celebrate, you know, like eating turkey and stuffing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might be like that. But then, you know, every once in a while, you know what I'm saying, brothers like me might squeeze through the cracks and be like, yo, man, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a farce. Thanksgiving is when the fucking Europeans came to America and slaughtered the goddamn Indians, the Native Americans. They slaughtered them, they killed them. You know what I'm saying? When they was about to die, you know what I'm saying, the fucking Native Americans taught them how to plant seeds in the motherfucking ground. You know what I'm saying? So-called smart-ass Europeans, so better than everybody that every goddamn thing, can't talk about them, can't say nothing bad about them. If you say something bad about them, they get ass hurt and then flag your shit, want to cry and bitch to you. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you say some shit like that to Japanese people, that fucks white people up and shit. Like, why do you have to teach that? Why do you have to teach that shit? If you talk about your own history, you know, like, oh, say I'm a so-called African American, right? You know what I'm saying? And the Japanese people look at you like, you're African American? What part of Africa you are from? You know what I'm saying? Some of them might play dumb because they know getting well, you know what I'm saying, you know, like a little bit more. As a matter of fact, a lot of Asian people, a lot of Japanese people, particularly the older ones, know a hell of a lot more of your damn history than a lot of y'all do. But let me get back to the point. Like, for this theoretical, hypothetical, realistical situation, you know what I'm saying, when a Japanese person asks a black person about something that's pertinent to his or her own experience in America, you know what I'm saying, you know, they ask you, oh, why are you African American? Why do you call yourself African and shit? You know what I'm saying? You gotta tell them the truth. You gotta be like, yo, well, you know, my forefathers came over in America as slaves, and we were robbed of our culture and identity and our, you know, existence of who we are and our knowledge of who we are. And, you know what I'm saying, white people just get so fucked up over that. They be like, no, why do you have to teach them that? Why? The Africans sold slaves, the Africans sold slaves. Motherfucker, like that's, you know, that have shit to do with the fact that, you know what I'm saying, white people made it illegal for black people to read, have any knowledge of who their parents were, selling them off like they was fucking animals, treat them like animals, you know, consider them animals in the fucking Constitution and shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tell people that shit. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna get around it? So they think that the best way to, you know, alleviate that whole situation is to just not invite your ass over here in the first place. You know what I mean? You almost gotta play the role of being some kind of Oreo. But you know what? I never did. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I did my 1 or 2 years in that Eikawa shit, then got the fuck out, man. You know what I'm saying? Found my niche, brought it, you know what I'm saying? Did my thing, you know what I'm saying? And then gone. You know what I'm saying? You never, motherfuckers over here, you know, on the internet trying to, boss, what's your job? What's your job? I want to do what you do. I want to hang out with you. What do you want? What do you do? Please, tell me, please, please. Fuck you, man. If you want to come over here and hang out with me, you ain't got to know what the fuck I do. You know what I'm saying? You know? Alright? I ain't never going to tell y'all motherfuckers my job, man. You know what I'm saying? Because next thing you know, it's going to have you faggots, you know what I'm saying, trying to come over here and be like, he's racist. He's racist. Look at the videos he made, like that dude at Homeland Security. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I almost want to say, bless that brother, man. Damn. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know, you know, to the extent of how he was like, you know, I hate Whitey, I kill Whitey, and all this other kind of shit. But damn, only thing I was saying in my video as well was like, yo, man, you know, fuck, man. I wouldn't blame a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, from, Australia, or Native American for hating white people. And like, you know, black people act like it's like a sin for us to even talk about, you know what I'm saying, the shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just 9/11, another 9/11 celebration, you know what I'm saying, 9/11 commemoration. And all the people had utterances of like, oh, we will never forget 9/11. Psst, man, you never forget 9/11. But then, you know, shit, that was a long time ago, man. It was like 10 years ago. And I'm from New York, alright? Shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you tell somebody about slavery and lynching and shit, they be like, oh, it's a long time ago. Get over it. Move on. And shit, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with you fucking cornbread ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? So, in addition, another thing I said, you know what I'm saying, in that video, you know what I'm saying, like, I said a lot of stuff, admittedly, you know what I mean? And you know, a lot of shit I say that, you know, ain't gonna rub everybody the right or wrong way. But like I said, I was only talking about my experiences mostly my experiences that I had with those people, alright? And then, you know, I just equated them to how, you know, people in America are. You know what I mean? And as you can see, you know, motherfuckers rallied behind, you know, particularly a lot of the white racist element gonna rally behind the Australian. They don't know the whole facts of the case or not. You know what I'm saying? Just like Zimmerman, they didn't know. They was like telling all the black people, oh, we don't know all the facts of the case. Just wait all the facts of the case and shit. You know what I'm saying? We might not know all the facts of the case, not right away, but at least you do know this, that they did arrest those dudes right away. And that's why there wasn't no big damn deal about it. And that's, you know, basically I said, man, you know what I mean? So like, again, you know, if you talk about history as a fact, you know what I'm saying? Then that's just gonna kill white people.